Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Quantum Leap Futures Morning Leap session for Monday, February the 27th, 2017. My name is Doug McKay. I am the founder of Quantum Leap Futures. Each morning we get together in these live go-to sessions to take a look at the market, macro to micro, take a look at the structure of the market, and then we drill down to our trade levels, our targets, and our main hypotheses for the day. This is a subscription room. If you're interested in checking out, please send me an email at quantumleapfutures@gmail.com. There's no website. There's no blog. This is not a commercial venture. Please read through the disclaimer. Nobody at Quantum Leap is a certified trading advisor. We are retail traders operating within a self-organized learning environment. Past performance is not indicative of future results. Any trades that you see in Quantum Leap are for education purposes only. Please trade your own due diligence, your own trade plan, and your own risk metrics. Okay, so let's get the news out of the way. At 8:30 Eastern, we had core durable goods orders month over month. It was a bit of a miss, but durable goods was a beat. So kind of a mixed bag there. 10 o'clock, we've got pending home sales. All these times are in Eastern. 11 o'clock, we've got Kaplan speaking, and that's about it for the day. Tomorrow, we've got prelim GDP, and we get consumer confidence. Those will be the big two tomorrow, as well as, is Beige Book not open? Well, that must be on Wednesday, right? 8:30 a.m., 10 o'clock on Wednesday, we've got the Canadian bank rate, ISM manufacturing, crude oil inventories, and then Beige Book is at 2 o'clock. And then on Thursday, they've got unemployment claims. That's the big one for the day. Natural gas, nothing too big there. And then on Friday, we've got ISM non-manufacturing PMI, and then we've got Yellen speaking at 1 o'clock Eastern time. So not a real big news week, but certainly some scheduled news that could revalue the market. Take a look at what happened on Friday. Friday we had a balancing day again. We did not take out the overnight low again. We left that overnight low alone, and then we balanced out in around the 57, and then they squeezed the shorts. Okay, all that inventory that was short on Friday Globex, that didn't get out in time. They squeeze them into the close. What do? We go and hit 65.75, create an upper distribution here, and set up for a close near the high. That means that typically in the next Globex session, you're going to get continuation. What happened in Globex session last night? We opened up at 62.75. We went down one tick, and then we rallied all the way up to 68.50, then chopped around, eventually went up and put a double top up here at 23.70. So we have an unequalized high again with a double top at 23.70. Beautiful Mr. Sneaky, FUBAR Mr. Sneaky setup right here for 4.5 point rotation. But since then, we've come down, and we one ticked the low. We had a low at 62.50. We went down to 62.25, and we've rallied off of it so far. And we've got a very blunt-looking profile with the majority of the inventory overnight, almost 90%, I'd say 97% of this inventory is net long. So, we have a double top. We have an unequalized high. Our all-time high in RTH is 66.75. We have a new all-time high put in tonight at 23.70. Also happens to be a double top. So we have a very weak high at the at this 23.70 with the unequalized high at 66.75. So it's going to be important if we can maintain above that 52 level again. That 52.75 is still going to be a key line in the sand. A warning line for me now is going to be down here at the 60.50 level for a move down into Friday's VPOC at 57.75. But let's not get ahead of ourselves too much. Let's just take one step back. I always like to start my day with a simple candlestick chart and two moving averages. I use the 9 EMA, the 20 SMA, and I'm looking for slope and separation. You can see that we've been in this channel, and if I actually draw a channel, let's do that, off of this bottom on the monthly. Just trying to find the best spot. It looks like it's right about there. So you can see, whoops, that's not where I wanted it, sorry. It's much clearer on the bottom, as you can see. You have your three tests of the trend line. It's a little bit less. You can actually even use this right here, but the 3 points are very close together, so that's why I'm bringing it down to here. You get much more, a little bit of a breakout here, but where you can see that we're coming up into the top of this channel right now. So we are expecting some type of reaction, but we have this this weak high. And does that mean that it's going to turn there? I don't know. It could very easily just blow through it. I mean, if I do move this line, yes, if I do move this line and put it where the second point would be, it's going to give us a much higher right here. And that takes us right up into like the 2450 area. So just keep that in mind that depending on how you draw your trend lines, this is continued. But the key point I'm trying to make on this is that we've got slope and separation, we've got a strong trend, and we're getting the continuation pattern, and we have a weak high right now. Does that, I mean, we've had a very strong move up. Does that mean that we can't have a rotation back? Absolutely, but I don't think the all-time high is in yet, in my personal opinion. I'd be starting to look in around the 24 to 2450 area for a possibly bigger move up. Going to the weekly, you can see that we've got great slope and separation. We are creating a pretty big technical gap right here on the weekly. Our weekly open is 2362.75, and we've only one tick below it. I'm sorry, two ticked below it with this 62.25 overnight low so far. But the strength of this trend is very strong. But we could see a pullback on this technical gap. That doesn't mean that the trend is over. You see on the daily, again, we moved down on Friday and tested the 9 and bounced. We've got good slope, got good separation. What I mean by that is the 9 and the 20 are separated with a 45-degree angle. That's strength of the trend. It's not being challenged, and looking for this continuation pattern. If we do break below the low of the night, look for them to come down to test that 52.75, possibly down to 48.75, the low that we put in. I'm sorry, 49.50 that we put in the Globex on Friday. Looked like we were starting to roll over on Friday, but they just did not go take out that low, and they just continued up. So I mean, basically, the trend is still up, even though we did challenge the one-time framing up. at least we challenged it in the Globex. Going to the intraday, you can see that we have rolled over. You can see the double top. We're testing the 9 EMA on the 4 hour. Be key to see if we hold this 60. I'm looking at 60-50. The 20 SMA on the 4 hour is 61 and a quarter. But I mean, we're seeing a consolidation pattern here, but still very strong right now. Going to the 1 hour, you see that we've broken down below the 9 and the 20 right now. We've got an MA hug going on. Likely come back and test this point at some point in time, but we are seeing the possibility of challenging this upward trend and the start of a new trend to the downside on the 1 hour. On the 30-minute, you can see that we do have a new trend starting on the 30-minute. We've got slope and separation to the downside. We're failing to get back above the 9, so we've got some continuation, or the start of a new trend on the shorter time frame. And again, key that it all started here with a FUBAR Mr. Sneaky, even though we went up and challenged that level again. Going to the 15-minute, you can see that we have good slope and separation. We just tried to get back above the 9 and challenge the 20 and failed, and we're back below the 9. Got slope and separation to the downside. Trend is down on the 15-minute, and then you can see on the 5-minute, we're kind of going into a consolidation. We've lost slope. We're losing some separation, so they are challenging this as we come. So the longer time frame is still up, but as we move down in the smaller time frames in the intraday, we are seeing some sellers trying to step in here and take us lower. Taking a look at the big picture structure, the RTH composite, you can see that the RTH composite all-time high is 66.75. We've got a 4-day balance zone here. I talked about that 60-50. Why 60-50? Because 60-50 is the microcomposite VPOC. If we can't hold above value, accepted price, then they're liable to go down and test the other side of that balance, and that other side of that balance is down at 51. I'm watching the 52.75 because there's targets I want to hit in the 50-50, that mid-gap fill at 50-50 we'll look at in a minute. But your warning line is going to be the 60-50. A key line in the sand today is going to be the 52.75 for me. You can use the 51 if you want to have a much more conservative view of this. And below 51, I'd be targeting the gap fill on the naked close down there at the 47.50 with possible continuation down towards the 43 and the 41 area. Sorry, I'm still sick, so my voice is not doing well. So taking a look at the overnight and starting to put our levels in. Our overnight high is our all-time high. At 23.70. Just going to move that to the back. We're currently trading 63 and a quarter. We just put in a one tick low failed auction at 62 and a quarter. It's a weak failed auction though, because we didn't move away too quickly on it. But our overnight low right now, as it stands, is 62 and a quarter. Just below this this LVN at 62.50, and we've got that old VPOC at 61.75. I doubt the overnight VPOC is going to shift at 64.50. In the middle of this upper distribution, and then that's really all the information that the overnight session gives us. I mean, you got an LVN at 66.50, 66.75, but that's the overnight or the RTH all-time high. So I mean, that basically tells us. So what I'm going to be looking at is I'm obviously going to be looking at the 65.75 into the 66.75 and the equalization of the 66.75 to the 70 level. The daily full session ATR, the 20 period ATR, is running right now at 1539. So off of the bottom overnight, our daily upside target is up here at 2368.75, which is just in between basically the mid area of the unequalized highs between the 66.75 and the 70. Our overnight our downside daily ATR target off of the 2370 is down here at the 56.25 and just below the naked VPOC from Friday and right in basically the middle of this lower distribution from Friday. So those are all my levels. We still have the mid gap I'm still using. I'm actually going to move this up a bit to the little LVN here at 53.25 because I'm going to try to get an earlier entry if we get short. If we get below the value area low from Friday at 53.75 and break below this this LVN at 53.25, I'll actually take the short into the range low at 51.50 and targeting the 50, 75, and 50 area, so a naked close and a mid-gap fill down here, with extended targets being down here at the 47. The 47, and this LVN at 46.25, so that will be a trade level for me. And then below that, I'm targeting 43 and 41, 41 being the next big destination down right now, the next big target below. In terms of the upside, let's just take this look at the flex levels. There's really not much to guide us. We do have that measured move still. There's no other real measured moves up here that I've been able to identify, but we do have that one up here at 76.50 and 79.25. 79.25 being the more important of the two. So what am I expecting today? Well, we're going to open up near the low overnight. So my main hypothesis is an open auction in range, out of value, a move down to take out the overnight low, possibly come down into the 59.75 to the 57.75, looking for them to base, come up, put a higher low in, and then get the continuation up and move towards the all-time high and close somewhere up here. I'm not expecting a real big range day today, but I am expecting the most logical thing would be continuation of this move higher. I'm not seeing any weakness coming in yet. My secondary hypothesis is an open auction in range, a move up, a failure to break out or a false breakout, but a failure to take out 2370, find initiative our responsive sellers and rotate us down back towards the 57 and come down and close inside of Friday's main distribution in around that 57.60 area and come back into balance for another day of price acceptance around that 60.50 area. I should put a trade level there too, 60.50. I'm going to incorporate the 60.50 down to the 59.75. And then hypothesis 3 is a open test drive, failure to take out the overnight low. We've done that a couple times lately. We've missed it by a couple ticks, and then just drive up into this 2370 and come up into the 70s and chop around in here for the remainder of the day. And then hypothesis number 4 is an open auction, failure to take out the 66.75, rotate down into the 60, 57.50, chop around here, and then fail and come down into the gap and close somewhere down here between the 52 and the 47 area. Taking a look at gold. Gold's been extremely strong. We've come up and you can see that we're in this area where we didn't spend a lot of time the last time we broke through it. The next big level above is up here at the 62.50 area, but we're more likely to chop around in this area as we auction this this area out. There was a former microcomposite VPOC at 51. We've got a CHVN at 50.50. We're likely to chop between this 59.60 area down to the 50.50 level as we mature the auction and accept price for a possible continuation higher. It's really hard to look at a key line here right now, but because it's I can see us going back to the 48 area, 48, 49 area. So really the key line in the sand below us is all the way down here at 42.50, and that's not really useful for us for any shorts right now until we get below that. So just expect gold to chop, accept price up here and possibly get continuation. We want to see a failure to hold 50. If they don't hold 50, they're going to move down to the 48 to 46 levels. Fully within a counter rotation on gold, but it's the 42.50 that we've got to watch for a bigger move down to possibly coming back down into the 36, 37 area, 39. 35 to 39 area. So that's my look at gold. That's going to complete our pre-market session. As always, trade well, trade safe, and we'll catch you on the flip side.